Character designs provided by Demon Arty. Be sure to check her out over on her social media platforms. Links to her Twitter and Instagram are going to be in the description down below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Star Wars The Bad Batch. First episode, it's like 78 minutes long. It's a long one.
It's almost as long as like a short movie. It's pretty long.
But overall, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's not like I didn't like instantly fall in love with it like I did Mandalorian, but this is pretty good. Yeah. It's not like, oh God, this is horrible. Like I wasn't looking away from the screen and thinking, oh God, what's going to happen next? It was competent. I like this group of characters. You kind of have to have a little bit of knowledge of other Star Wars things to get everything. Because like the Jedi, they kill in the beginning. Like that has implications in Rebels. If you didn't watch Rebels, you'd be like, oh, who the hell is that Padawan?
That was just a random Jedi and a random master.
Yeah, so the only complaint I have is this Omega girl. A little too gung-ho about things. A little too like, I want to be one of you guys.
Yeah.
You're going to get killed, kid. These are badasses.
But then again, though, are they going to do something to where she can pick it up really quick because she's like genetically like the best?
Yeah, so like out of all of them, she's the one who doesn't have all the... Because you notice how they all have different temperaments. And she seems to be the one that is the least like... something wrong with them. Even Echo's like, yeah, help us on a mental evaluation because we're all going to fail
that one. Yeah, we're pretty crazy.
But besides that character, everything was pretty good.
Yeah. But I'm glad she hasn't gone too far SJW. Just a little bits of...
I'm a girl and I'm going to... Yeah, it's a little bit.
It's not too bad yet so far. So I'm putting a qualifier on that.
So just from this first episode, it's still pretty good. I still like it.
Yeah, it's nice to see. I think this one is the big like reveal of like the transition to Empire.
Yeah, from the Republic to the Empire.
Yeah.
So we open up and we're in the middle of the war. We're still in the Clone Wars, and I do kind of like how like they have like almost like a news feed guy. Oh, Clone Troopers are moving forward. And it's kind of that kind of voice. Yeah. So they're going around. We're seeing like they're fighting all the droids. Of course, this had a little bit of the I want to say the silliness.
Of Clone Wars?
Of Clone Wars, where the droids are kind of stupid. They're kind of like, oh, what's going on here? Like, they're kind of like really dumb.
That's always been their
So there's still a little bit of that, like, I don't want to say it's little kid humor, but it's a little silly.
I kind of like it because I feel like it
reminds me of the Clone Wars.
It reminds me of the Clone Wars, and also it's a nice transition because there's going to be a moment where it stops being
it stops being silly.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a Jedi. We got a Jedi down there. They're being her clone troopers are being pinned. Like, where's our backup? We're supposed to get reinforcements. Don't worry, my Padawan's going to be here. Then we see the Padawan running up. I'm like, hey, that Padawan looks a little familiar. And it's Caleb. Yeah. And anyone's watched Rebels, we know who that is. What the hell was up with his voice? That's the worst part of the episode. He sounds like a damn man.
It sounds like a man. It sounds like he never changed his voice.
Yeah. I hit puberty really, really young. He had his man voice, and he looks like he's like 12, 11 years old. That's the only real complaint. That was almost where I was like, ugh, that's awful.
But one thing I did like, his mannerisms as a kid was very much like Ezra.
Yeah, that's what's cool. I like that.
What I love about it.
Like, I've seen people do like when he activates his lightsaber, and when Ezra does it, it's like the same kind of his shoulder to his hand, like it has the same kind of pop.
I kind of like that because it kind of shows like, ooh, like that's what
we're talking about. If you didn't have any knowledge of Rebels, you'd be like, okay, what the hell is this guy? Yeah. Why does this kid sound like a man?
Yeah, exactly. Why does he sound like way older?
That was the only one I was like, oh God, his voice sounds so weird.
See, since you have prior knowledge of the character, it just kind of ruins
because it's his voice. It's the same voice actor. Just like, but he's like, oh, don't worry, reinforcements are gonna be here. They're like, how many? He's like, 5. They're like, 5? Like, what do we mean 5 clone troopers?
There's a whole army out there.
But it's like, oh, these aren't normal clone troopers. And like, yeah, boy, it's our boys. Here he comes. It's our man. It's our boy. So you hear like the forest kind of rumbling. And then all the droids are like, what is that? Because they're silly and stupid. They start shooting at it. It's just a freaking giant boulder. Boom, knocked out the first line. And these guys are bad asses. Mm-hmm. It reminded me so much of Noble Team. From Halo Reach. We get the big guy, you get the fast guy, you get the sniper, you get the leader. Yeah. Then you get the tech guy. So like it's kind of that trope.
And they go in there and they mess everyone up.
They light it up. They are shocking dudes, and they have like not necessarily their own equipment, but they got their own equipment to where they like to do things like
very specialized.
Yeah, so he has like a bunch of like the shock grenades and everything. So they're taking out all these dudes. Freaking Wrecker, he's the big guy. He's able to push one of those tanks. That is a heavy load, and he's able to push, and they're all connected. He pushes it off the cliff or whatever. I'm like, damn, that mother is effing strong. And he's like twice the size of everyone else.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's a big dude. This is Sam. This is Big Sam. So he's taking out business. And so like all the other clones like, oh, wow, you did it. They got a sniper and everything. So they got a full squad of like this 5 group of badasses.
Yeah, this team is pretty good.
Yeah, they're like world renowned for being able to get things done. So they're able to clear out this little group of I can't want to call them stormtroopers, the droids. And then he's like, okay, when you guys are done hiding, you don't want to pop out of your little hole. There's another battalion coming. Let's get ready.
Yeah, if we do a counterattack, we can stop them.
Like I said, I'm in charge now. I'm not going to be in charge for long.
And he's like, I'm captain now.
They get that planting bombs on them, like, quick.
Yeah, because they literally ran into battle. Like hitting dudes, knifing guys, so they're doing stuff like
that
that.
Electric knife, that's pretty cool.
One thing I feel kind of sad about, the other clones kind of don't like these guys. I feel really bad about that. Because, like, whenever he's, like, giving orders, like, only the general can give orders.
But look how cool these scenes are.
Yeah,
These are, like, I want, like, some of these to be, like, posters. Because they're, like, standing on the ridge, like, looking over the planet.
You know, it's animated. It still looks incredible.
Yeah.
So, they're like, it's the general's call. So she's like, yeah, okay, let's set up for a counterattack. Might as well, you know, as we push them back, let's attack. Instead of just waiting here for to get them, let's go after them. Then they're like hearing all kinds of chatter because Echo is like, hey, I got things that General Grievous is like, they got him cornered. General Kenobi has him. So they take him out. It's over.
It's over.
But she's like, hey, that's nothing. We can't do nothing about that. We have a battle to fight here.
Yeah, because they don't. These droids don't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, I do like the fact that it was like, ooh, he's happening during the Clone Wars. It's like that, those little things, like, ooh, it's when he's fighting Grievous. So they're like, hey, okay. Caleb's like, oh, I want to go with you guys since he's a Jedi. You know, he's useful. Yeah. Okay, you come in with this kid, but you got to be able to keep up. So he's a little enthusiastic to want to go fight. Yeah. But one shouldn't be so happy to go fight war. Yeah. You shouldn't be so glad. I know you want to prove yourself.
Yeah.
But war isn't a fun thing.
But see, this was the problem with the Jedi. They were raising younglings to grow up into this lifestyle of like, we're gonna go battle.
Then we're never supposed to do that.
Yoda never wanted that.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to be generals, but they had to.
They had to. Yeah. So now you had this weird kind of like warrior Jedi almost, which is like kind of
instead of being peacekeepers,
you're
warrior, you're generals.
Yeah.
So he's all okay. Let's go. She's gonna stay behind with her clones. They're gonna attack, and Caleb's gonna go with the Bad Batch and hang out with and go do their attack. So they start going, but then we're starting to hear a little chatter, and then we see execute order 66. So you're like, what the hell's that? They start shooting at her. She's able to block some of it, but there's like 15, 20 of them.
But what messed her up too is that her Padawan came back. He's like, no, and she had to look at him, and that's when she got shot.
Yeah. But again, the problem with the Jedi though is that even if you can see the blast coming, but if there's 50 blasts coming at you, what do you can't. Yeah. And so yes, and that was the sad part because again,
if you watched Rebels, how he did not trust Rex.
Yes.
And the rest of the guys like, I do not like these clones.
And then also the sad part when the Inquisitor, when he first meets him, he's like, oh, so did you run away from your master when she died?
And he did. But he was told to.
Yeah, he did. Because he does that because he's trying to get him angry and get him pissed. But yeah, so. Yeah,
it's sad. You can see how that happened. We only heard it by mouth. Because when he was telling Ezra, because Ezra's like, well, these clones have done nothing. Why are you so angry with them? He's like, you don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You weren't even born when this happened. I watched these clones who fought alongside my master for years turn their blasters on her and kill her in a second.
Well, and also, even in this makes it even more worse because she calls for reinforcements. Technically, she would grab her Padawan and ran, and those all would have died, but she cared enough for them just for her to
stay behind. If they would have just abandoned those, they would be alive.
Yeah. But yet, in a second, they freaking go kill
But our boys, our who to call them our good guys, our Bad Batch guys, they're like, what the hell's Order 66? They're like, well, what does that mean? Like contact the commanders, or what does that mean? But because they don't have the chips in their heads.
Yeah.
So they don't do it. Because they don't always going to see them shooting at the Jedi. They're like, these were our generals. We're not killing this kid, but he doesn't know that.
So he freaks out and sees them, and he's like, "Back off!" And then he runs.
So Rex, I can't want to call him Rex. No, but it's not Hunter. Hunter and Crosshairs. Let's go get the kid. Let's make sure we don't want to kill him. But Cross is like, hunt me a kid.
Yeah,
exactly. Hunter does not even care. Like, he's not even missing a beat.
And he's like, yo, we got to finish the mission. He's like, whoa. We're not killing our superior officers here without at least some type of explanation.
Well, you have no idea what's going
on.
They try to assassinate the emperor.
Well, I don't think at that point they knew that.
Well, they basically said they were When it's a treasonous.
treasonous.
Something
Treasonous, all they
treasonous.
said was treasonous.
But here's the thing, though. That doesn't mean every single Jedi.
No.
That means, well, because that's Hunter sees it that way. He's like, well, this Jedi didn't do this. So they're chasing down Caleb.
He's shooting him in the forest, like on top of the tree.
Yeah, because they're trying to find him. But of course, he's, Jedi's hiding up in the trees. And he takes a pop shot at him. And Hunter's like, no.
Like,
What
I
are
told
you
doing?
Yeah, we're just going to bring him in, not...
So just follow orders. He's like, we've never done that.
Which is funny, because I bet you there's a backstory between him and Hunter, because I'm guessing what's-his-name didn't follow orders. Because he goes, you never follow orders.
It's like we do our own thing.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's a good soldier follows order. And he keeps like kind of going back to that. And he's like, what's going on with you, bro? Like, you changed.
Yeah.
Like, but they're like, okay, whatever. Let's get the kid. I do like the fact that other troopers show up and they're like, oh, did you find the Jedi? He's like, oh, Hunter's taking care of it. Well, we have to confirm it. It's like, whoa, my commander has it. And then, of course, they just say, no, we have to go get him. So people were also saying that the clones lost a little bit of their personalities when the order went through.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Where they don't have like their own kind of like... because even though they were all clones, they all kind of had their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
Now they're more like robot mode. Like lockstep.
And almost, and again, it would make sense for the Emperor to do that so that they would have no, like you said, no hard feelings. Also, the Jedi couldn't sense them, like you said.
Yeah, because there's no malice in anything
There's
they're
no
doing.
hate, there's no...
Yeah, they didn't have like, oh God, should I be doing this? Because they're just, okay, do it, because I was told to do it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, like when you think about it, because it's mechanical, almost.
Yeah. And that's why the Jedi, because people are like, how did the Jedi not sense that? I'm like, well, because literally, it was nothing. They felt nothing when they did it.
Yeah.
So, of course, and it's funny because Hunter's like, young Jedi, we're not, I don't know, I don't know what's going on. But then he's starting to trust, I'm going to shoot him. It's like, man, you're rooting it every time I get him close to him.
He even dropped his gun. He said, hey, look, I'm not your enemy. I don't know what's going on.
But what's-his-face still wants to get a piece of him.
Yeah.
I do like how Caleb gave him a little of that Jedi hi-ya. Like he gave him a little bit.
He could have cut him in half. That's what he should have done.
But he's like, come on, kid. But he hears the other clone troopers. And it's like every time he gets close, he freaking takes off. Chases back after him. Look how beautiful that waterfall is.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's so great.
Gets into the edge. He's like, stay back, stay back. He's like, whoa. Takes his helmet off, puts his gun down. I don't have no idea what's going on. We can help each other. But, the other clone troopers are coming. He makes that leap. I didn't think he was going to make it.
I thought it was not going to make it.
That's like about 25 foot.
Yeah, he leaped it and took off. And he's like, what the F? Then Hunter finally gets back up. He's like, yeah, he tried to jump across the river and I shot him and he fell in the river. He's gone. He's like double checking. Mom, I told you what happened.
He puts the scouter thing on to see if I
hate that. Man. I told you what down here to be checking up on me. Yeah. But yeah, we can tell freaking Crosshairs and Hunter, they are bumping heads. They do not. They're like not falling, but they've been fighting together for so long.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's
that order.
There's that order maybe messing with them, and also there's
something happened before.
Yeah.
I do love the way they all look though, because all the clones look the same. They have like differences.
Yeah.
But they all look like they could be brothers.
Exactly.
They're part of the same family, but they could be different. So they're like, after that, we got them. Let's head back to back to the headquarters and everything and see what's up. And I guess they've been gone a long time. Because when they show back up, it's like the beginnings of the Empire.
Yeah.
Because everything doesn't look Republic. It looks very, no order. Everyone's walking in the perfect lines, and it's just
even that one part where they said like, "Oh, give us your code," and he's like, "You never asked that for us. You always would see us and be like, oh yeah,
it was us.
You know it was us." But now Empire's always like that.
Regulations and things, and you have to do that, and you have to go, okay, here's our codes. Okay, make sure you land at Docu Bay 1 and land. It's like, whoa, they've never been like this formal and like very like to the point and cold.
And also, Crosshair keeps on talking to Hunter, so you did kill Mother, but how come you weren't looking down? You were looking up. Why were you doing that?
Yeah, usually if you kill someone, you're looking down.
He goes, well, I don't want to watch it,
Because Simmons don't enjoy the look, to watch, and then Cross is like, yeah. I'll get that toothpick and shove it in your eyeball, you jerk.
I know.
I want to be killing damn kids. I want to see little children screaming for their lives.
I didn't even miss a beat. Like, geez, guy, you didn't even thinking twice about it.
And Disney's thing, I'll kill 1,000 kids before let this empire die.
Yeah, I know, right?
Gosh.
But they're hearing more chatter and everything, and I guess General Grievous was they say he was captured, he was killed. Defeated is what they said.
Yeah.
And the war's over. They're like, oh man, the war's over. That sucks because like Wrecker wants to like continue to fight, but he's like, okay, I guess we'll go back to our barracks. But everyone's acting funny.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, because this whole time Echo has been like theorizing that there's some type of like inhibitor to control people because things aren't adding up. It's like then they ask one random guy, "Hey man, what's going on?" Fall back in line. Like they're just being like very straightforward.
Yeah, he's like, what happened? Like he says, you sure nothing's happened? Ezekiel's like, look at all these stormtroopers. They're acting weird now.
Yeah, because they used to be our teammates, and we could talk to each other. Yeah. Now it's all lockstep. We only follow orders.
Yeah, exactly. There's no even like, I don't know, man, but we're heading this way.
None of that.
No, none of that. It's all business.
They told him, okay, you can go back to your barracks, but afterwards there's gonna be a briefing, whatever. From the Emperor.
You can't miss it. The new Emperor, because before it was Chancellor. Now it's like Emperor now.
And I love how they sprinkle that in a little bit, and it's little by little too. Like, oh, he's the Emperor, and then and then it goes on. And I'm like, yeah, it's the beginning.
So they get back to talking again. Freaking Crosshairs and Hunter just bloom, bloom, bloom.
Crosshairs says, when are you going to admit that you let that Padawan
go? You lied. You let that Padawan go. You didn't follow the mission. And he's like, I didn't think it was, killing that child isn't a mission. That's not a goal. That's not an objective.
Yeah.
Oh, it was given into our orders. We follow orders.
Yeah, because he even says, I didn't know killing our general was part of the mission.
Yeah, commanders' missions are worthy things.
Yeah. And then of course Wrecker puts like how many missions they did, and they did a lot.
Yeah.
That was like
that wall was filled.
Yeah.
But they also give us a little more backstory about how Echo wasn't originally part of their team.
Yeah.
He was in that one episode when they were saving Palpatine, and he got like half blown up, so he got like reconstructed. So he's more robot than man. You're more robot than man.
So that's why he says that's probably why the inhibitor doesn't work on you.
Yeah, because like your brain got all jacked.
Yeah, so you're not an advanced clone. You're just a regular clone.
And basically. The rest of these ones are all different because they were like experiments to be better. Yeah. So that's why Wrecker's big and strong. That's why Tech is good with all the machines. And Hunter's a heightened sentence, and then Crosshairs has a super good aiming because they did those little things, but it messed up the inhibitor. Yeah. So that's why there wasn't many of these type of clones.
And that's why it explains, because if you think about it, like, why didn't the Emperor just make super
bunch
soldiers?
of these?
Yeah,
but because that's the reason why you couldn't control them.
Then we get the speech.
Yep.
The Jedi Order attacked me and left me disfigured. That's why Wrecker's like, you're telling me.
Yeah, you look messed up.
Like, boy, you look jacked.
And you know what? It's funny about that because I'm like, dude, Wrecker, if you said that in front of him, he probably would have electrocuted your butt out of the window.
That's so funny, though. Yeah. Then then we see like a little, I thought it was a little boy.
I thought it was a boy, too. I was like.
Kind of, she looks down at Hunter, and then she's like all happy to see him, and he's like, what the hell is that thing?
What's a little kid doing here? Kid doing like a normal looking human, like a human kid. What the heck?
But he's like, okay, whatever. But then we hear the whole thing about there's no longer the Republic, the First Galactic Empire.
To preserve and protect my galactic empire.
Unlimited power.
And then I like how Tick keeps on saying, yeah, you don't think these people are in lockstep? They're all cheering, all of them. Look at them.
Yeah, and then we're like, we fought against this, so we didn't want this.
No.
So Tech's like, you still think there isn't something going on here? Yeah. So I'm like, man, I guess, we got to do what we got to do. We're soldiers, but I don't like any of this that's going on. Yeah. So they get back to the they're like walking the hallways and everything, and then that kid stops them. Oh, hi guys. And like, kid, you want something? Like, what you want? Oh, you're Hunter and you're Tech, and he's like, knows all of them. Like, you know us? Oh yeah, I know all of you. You guys are amazing. And they're like, we have like a little fanboy. Like, who is this person?
Yeah.
But I guess it's a little girl because you hear the voice. Like, oh, okay, I guess it's a little girl, but it's like, okay, I guess her name's Omega.
Yeah.
And this was like, oh god, who the hell is this little kid? And then I guess one of the I forget this alien race, but the tall ones.
Chameleon?
Are they the chameleon? Chameleons, not chameleon like the lizard.
But yeah.
Come on now, Omega. We have more work to do. She's my medical assistant. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. Why wouldn't you have one of your own kind? But okay.
That's what Hunter's wondering. Like, what the heck is this kid? Like,
yeah, don't you have a place to be or something?
So then we get Tarkin. So he arrives, and this is where you get the whole, but we had a deal. I'm changing the deal. So basically, his BS is that war's over. It's like, we don't need no more clones. Like, hey, you signed a contract that we were going to buy X amount of clones, and you need to honor that contract. Well, that contract was under the Republic. We're the Empire now. He's looking at him like, mother effer, you know what you're doing.
I know, and then the other guy's like, okay, because he's probably thinking, like, if I say no, you probably shoot me, so, yeah.
But he's like, hey, you're going to need clones more than ever now.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to maintain order. It's like, oh, we can just construct an army. Just get recruits. But he's like, but our clones are trained perfectly. They have combat skills that they're unlike, that you don't have to train them, really.
Yeah.
But Tarkin is like clones.
It's so funny. You can brainwash normal people more than you can clones. Isn't that weird that he has that kind of mentality?
Yeah.
You can get people to buy into the Empire BS,
So he's like, okay, I'm gonna test these clones to make sure they're battle ready. So okay, that's nice. But I love how the two people are almost like, oh my god, I don't like this Empire business. Like we thought we were working with the Republic. What's all this now? But what do you do?
Yeah,
they're the power now.
Yeah.
Yep, and again, like you said, the Emperor is, like you said, doesn't want them around. I feel like he has a bigger plan for this facility and everything that's going to...
Well, and then also you're one planet. He's a whole galaxy. What are you going to do about that?
Yeah.
Nothing you can do.
So we get back to the batch, and they're having like lunch. They're in mess. So they're doing their thing, and I do like the fact how Tech keeps telling Wrecker, you're acting on your programming. I'm not being programmed. I do what I want to do because I like doing it. And he's like, I'm just letting you know you were made this way. You were made to act this way.
Wrecker, no one acts like the way you do in this whole place. What do you think?
Yeah, Wrecker,
of course you're different.
You were made to like bombs
and
like
be aggressive.
explosion and be aggressive.
But at the same time, you don't want someone to tell you have no control over your actions.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear that.
But Tech is just gonna be that way.
Yeah, like if someone said like, oh, the reason you like the sports team because they made you like the sports team.
Be like, no, that's something I always wanted. Like there was again, it's just that thing that you're a clone.
Well, that's a weird little thing like free will too.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
So they're sitting down, and Hunter's like, he's thinking about it. He's like, I don't like any of this crap. But then here comes Omega. Comes down, sits with them. They're like, little girl sitting at her table with all these grown ass, like grizzled ass men, and she's like, I want to sit with you guys. Like that's no one ever wants to hang out. It's not even other clones want to hang out with them.
No,
because they're the all screwed up ones.
The Bad Batch.
So they're like sitting, and she's trying to like get to know him. She's a cute kid. But this war isn't time for a cute kid.
No.
Well, you're a cute little sidekick, but she's kind of loud and everything. And Wrecker's like, I like this kid, because she's like, brash. Then that's when one of the clones comes by and like says some nasty words to them being like the defects or whatever. Yeah. Then she throws some food at him. Who threw that at me? And she's like, oh, you need to apologize to my friends. I'm like, dummy, this is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? This is where it gets a little silly because they have like a food fight.
I know, and then I was
a little silly.
I was like, you're having a food fight with Tarkin around, and of course, up there watching it all
happen, and he's the one saying clones are worthless and
then
dumb.
the other one who was like almost mechanical, he even said like, literally, guys, Tarkin's here. We got to be kind of on our best behavior because don't raise suspicion.
They have a big old giant food
fight. Because then the other guy throws the thing on him because he's just being a jerk.
Yeah, he's Wrecker.
Yeah.
Ooh, oops, and they have a big old giant food fight, which is. It's that Star Wars silliness that it's right on the cusp. It was almost. It's not Jar Jar Binks silly.
Yeah.
But it's
that's
getting.
too much.
But it's on the cusp of me. Okay, I don't like.
Yeah, it's not prong silly. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the progs or prongs, or whatever the hell the stupid things are called. Oh, it's screaming. Just eat it, little chicken guy. So big old fight happens, and then there's Tarkin looking at them, and Echo gets knocked out.
Yep.
So he wakes up in the med bay, and he doesn't like being hooked up to things. He's like, "Okay, get this thing off me, or whatever."
Yeah, he doesn't.
And the droid is like, "I'm just running tests. We're just gonna make sure you're okay." Omega's there. Oh, I don't like their machines either. I don't like being hooked up to these things either. So he's like, so she's able to like, I don't know, calm people.
Exactly. My theory, I know I'm just throwing it out there. I think this might be a first genetic.
Where they're testing metachlorians, like forced metachlorians or something.
Yeah, but then the only problem with that theory is that then why did the Emperor just make a bunch of?
Maybe they fail with her.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it kills her or something.
Or maybe they never told the Emperor.
Oh yeah, and this is just like.
Maybe why would they after all that's happening now?
Yeah.
So they're in the med bay and everything, and they go there and like, hey, everything that went down, we shouldn't have done that. But then Crosshairs is still like, I don't like you. We get it. We don't like any of this. But Omega's just being. She just loves these dudes and like wants to be part of their crew.
Because she knows they're different. They're not the same stormtroopers lockstep. But I like also the scene because in that little robot says, I have to tell you, you're all defective. Yeah, they know that. They know that.
You take time to process this. Yeah, we know we're not like everybody else.
Yeah, we're messed up.
So they're supposed to be having a meeting, and they get stopped by other. It's so funny because they're not stormtroopers yet, but they're not Republic troopers either. They're like it gets us.
Yeah, and he's even saying before they got there, why are these troopers here? That's weird. Why? Are
they're shock troopers.
Shock troopers like
they shouldn't be here.
On Camino. Why are they here at the whole base?
They should be at the Capitol. Yeah.
But I'm warning it. They're gonna blow this planet up or something.
I think they are.
So I was like, hey, you're not having a meeting. You're being tested. Tarkin wants to see you guys at your skills.
Yeah, and Ricker's like, oh, what? So we're not being punished? We get to blow things up.
We get the fight. That's a not a punishment. It's a
bonus.
It's a win-win. Yeah.
So they get out there. They start their little training thing, and of course they're good. They take out all the training guys, and they're able to do it kind of easily.
Yeah, and they're like, and doing it tactical too. Like,
yeah,
get to the tower.
I do like the fact that Crosshairs was fighting for the team. I thought, oh my god, is he gonna like let freaking Hunter get killed.
Yeah,
I kept thinking that.
Yeah.
But no, he gets up there, takes out the towers. They're able to take out all the droids. Wrecker's out there smashing them up, and he's being like, come on, give us a real challenge. Don't do that to Tarkin. Don't do that to Tarkin. Just shut your damn mouth.
Yeah, he doesn't get it.
Give them live fire. And he's like, I don't want you to injure my clones in my facility. He's like, whatever it is, we'll pay for it if there's any damages. Well, okay, homeboy's going to pay for it. The bigger droids, the assault ones, the ones that are a little bit harder to take down, they come out and they're shooting real rounds. And then even Hunter's like, they're using this live fire.
They hit Rocket and he's like, oh crap.
They have training pistols.
And they have training pistols, and it doesn't stop the droids. It doesn't even, it's like barely just like.
That reminds me of the early ones that you see in The Mandalorian. Those the one the Moff Gideon had.
Yeah, like these are like the first versions of those guys.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh god, we gotta do something about this because freaking Wrecker he's down. Because he took one right in the shoulders. Like, oh, that was a real one.
Yeah, that really hurt.
So, but they're able to work as a team, and he still has his knife, and they still have like their physical abilities. So they end up taking one of them down. Tech hacks it and kind of uses it like he has to like ride him because he has to stay connected to him. So he looks stupid. He's like on his shoulders.
But they can use that robot's gunfire to attack.
The thing is, he has to be really close. So it makes no sense to get behind him because it'd be kind of hard.
But I guess he was able to like kind of move him with his legs and move him around. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. They're able to take out a bunch of them, but it's like, okay, I'm losing control of it. Like I'm not gonna be able to keep it. The other guy shoots it, but there's still one up. But he's been using his knives. Hunter's been using his knives. And one of the coolest moves, this is like super crazy stupid, but it's badass all at the same time. Krause is like, throw me a knife. Throws it up. He shoots the knife, and then the knife goes into the freaking droid. I'm like, okay, that was fake as hell, but it was cool. It was super fake, but I loved it.
Bad A.
Yeah.
So they take them all out.
And I love how like Tarkin just doesn't say anything and walks away. You freaking a-hole. Yeah, that was freaking spectacular.
Like that was pretty sick because other clone troopers wouldn't have done that.
No.
And at that point, he's saying, the thing is, I think their ability to be more useful, but can I trust them? He's still kind of
What's more important, a more effective soldier or obedience?
Won't take orders, yeah.
Obedience. That's what he cares about right now. So I'm like, okay, that was interesting. And of course, Tarkin, has that same conversation about, so what makes these people different? Well, they are genetic. Not saying they're genetic failures, but they were also given enhanced abilities.
And that made the following orders a lot harder. They won't.
But he's like, did they follow Order 66? And like, well, those Jedis didn't come back, did they? So they did. Well, I don't go on assumptions. I need things.
Yeah.
It's like even one of their own reported that they let a Jedi escape. Crosshairs, you stupid son of a bitch.
If he didn't do that, they wouldn't.
I think he would have trusted him. I really do at that point,
But he knows even one of their own is like, turned on them. So they get back to their barracks and it's like, Wrecker's like, they're using live fire. Yeah, Wrecker, we were there. We were there too, buddy. We know it was like that, but you got shot.
And the Crusher's saying, well, you've been shot before. What's the big deal? Dude, they tried to kill us.
There's like Tech said, there's a difference between being shot on the battlefield and then being used as target practice during a training session.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
And again, big difference between Republic and the Empire.
Then as they're having this kind of like talk, Tarkin walks in. Oh, God.
And they all have stand attention and they're like, ugh.
Then they kind of have that whole conversation about well, you accomplished the mission. Then you have another mission for us. Okay, there's some separatists. Then we got to take these people out because if they keep fighting, the war is going to continue. We need to keep order and peace. Yeah, order and peace. I bet.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right?
It's like, okay, we got our next mission. Let's go get it done. And this is more of like he's testing us. This isn't just a mission. He wants to
because he even said like if you guys complete this mission, you'll be highly recommended and like stuff like that.
Yeah, because he goes, I can use you, but I gotta be able to control you.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Before they head out, I do like the fact that Wrecker's like, look at this firepower they give us, all these bombs and these new weapons.
That's just he actually cried. No, we both cried. No, you cried.
We saw the new gear. It's like, oh.
And then I also love too where he's like calling all the explosives. Like, I think I'm starting to like this Empire.
And I can get used to this.
Yeah.
He's out bringing in the thing, and then the tech guy's like, you're not putting near my equipment. You're putting that somewhere else.
I'll make room. So now we know they have weapons and gear on their ship now. I think they threw that in there so we know later on they have a lot of stuff to do. Yeah. Omega comes to Hunter. He's like, what's up, kid? Because he's like, oh, God, the damn kid.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you. Fine, talk to me. I don't trust that Tarkin person.
The general, yeah.
And he's like, that's not news to us. We know he doesn't like us. It's like, this mission, I don't like it. I don't, just be on your toes. I don't trust this one bit. So I'm thinking she has empath abilities of some kind. Because he kind of shows it a little bit later in the episode 2, where she's able to kind of feel people.
Yeah, she was there when she listened to him, but she's sensing what he's thinking too.
I feel, like I said,
she can be force sensitive.
I think there's something going on.
I think they're maybe even testing it and seeing if it works in a clone.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, they're going out there, and she's like, oh, she stays behind. She's worried for him. She wants to go with them, but she's like, you can't come with us. So they're headed to this planet, and they just know that they got to take out Separatists.
Yeah, so they're thinking probably droids.
More droids.
Yeah, droids, yeah.
So they're going through the jungle, and they're kind of making their way there, and they come upon the encampment, and they're scanning. They're like, there's no droid signatures, but there's heat signatures. So there's live bodies. Some of these are really small bodies. These are children.
And they're like, what?
There's women and children. We're not slaughtering a group of women and children.
Yeah, I guess the Crosshair didn't care.
Oi, let's kill me some kids.
No, he's got literally, you see a sniper scope and he's got on an old woman. My goodness,
pregnant. I think she was pregnant or fat. She was
an older woman. What's wrong with you?
And then I sit there because even Hunter's like, there's kids there. We're not shooting where kids are at.
Yeah.
I just want him to be like, take them all out, but the fat old lady's mine. Take her as a trophy. But he's like, no, we are not doing this. But during their whole like conversation, they get surrounded. So stand down.
Hunter even tells them before, we're surrounded. Hunter kind of alluded to it.
Yeah, we're not alone.
We're not alone.
So they get captured, and they
look like the rebels.
Yeah, they're just like, goes, hey, these are Republic fighters. We fought alongside these people. Then they get down there, and we see a bunch of kids and women and refugee-looking people. They don't even have weapons.
No.
Only a couple of people have weapons.
So literally, Tarkin wanted them to kill civilians and kids.
Yeah.
But if you follow orders, you follow orders no matter what they are.
Yeah.
So, he's talking. He's like, hey, we're here to take out some Separatists. Like, Separatists, you're looking at them. This is us. Yeah. And this is one of the, this guy fought alongside Rex and all that. So he's kind of a semi-important character.
Yeah, very, again, throughout, like, the beginning of the series, yeah.
Imagine if they would have took different direction and actually killed the Padawan and all that. How much different rebels
if Caleb would have been dead, never would have changed Ezra, and Thrawn would have done what he did. Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Or even kill this guy. This is Saul Guerrera. If they would have killed him, he wouldn't have been that big help in Rogue One.
Yeah.
So it's like...
I love all those little things like that.
Yeah, they sort of changed a lot.
But he's like, hey, they switched to the Empire. We're the enemy now. It's like, battles change, things change. We're the enemy now, so you're going to come kill us all?
Yeah.
And Hunter's like, no. But Crosshairs is like, yeah.
Yeah, Chris even told him something. Yeah, well, Crosshair, shut the hell up.
Yeah, they're going to kill you right now.
He's like, is that a request? Shut the hell up, Crosshairs. You don't need to be mouthing off right now. Yeah. But, Hunter's not going to do that. Because he's like, no, we're here to take out droids and stuff, not kill civilians, especially unarmed children and women.
And then that Guerrero told him, are you gonna be on, are you gonna stand up to this, or are you gonna just let it happen, basically?
Because they're getting out of there.
Yeah.
So, they decide, let's go back because we're not gonna accomplish this mission. We have to follow the mission. And then he's like, no, we need to go back and figure out what's going on. And they do come to this conclusion because now they all realize that they're like the defective ones. And he's like, they said there was 5 of us, but Echo couldn't be one of us. He was a regular clone trooper.
Yeah.
And so he goes, it must be Omega.
Omega's the 5th one.
Because I can feel it. She has that stick. I can feel she's one of us. We have to go back and get her.
And then the tech guy, yeah, exactly. I scanned her when we were in the medical facility and she was one. But I think, why'd you tell us? Well, I thought we all knew that. No, we all didn't know that.
Yeah. Especially Wrecker. Wrecker doesn't know anything.
Wrecker has to be explained maybe a couple times.
You have to explain everything to Wrecker.
I mean, come on. He didn't even know the hand signals. And he's been with that
that was a funny part,
for
too.
like 5, I don't know, probably his whole life.
He said, remember what we did in that one planet? Oh, yeah, now I know. Why'd you say that?
No, because then we don't talk, so you can't do it.
That's the whole point.
So they're going to go save
Omega.
They want to go save her because you don't leave a man behind. So they're gonna go save him, but of course there's Crosshairs, and he's like,
he wants to go around and kill those people in the Republic. He doesn't want to leave.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So we were thinking, he has to have something going on with his. He must have a little bit of that chip going on.
Yeah.
Because he's not full blown doing it, but he wants to.
Yeah.
So they're gonna head back, and then she's like. Hunter's like, she even told us not to go back, but we're going to.
Yeah.
But everything's very dark.
Yeah.
And like almost like it's a haunted house now. Yeah. Like everything's like quiet, like eerily quiet.
It's that weird transition where, like you said, the clones had personalities and they were a little more upbeat. Some of them were different. Now it's just so stock Empire, cold, drab, boom.
Get back to Omega. She's going through their room.
Yeah.
Because she heard that the troopers were taking all their stuff.
Mm-hmm. They're taking it in the cargo hold. Whatever.
So she's like going through their things. And the robot person's with her. We're not supposed to be in here. She's supposed, it's this is the jokes. And it's silly. I don't think it's that funny, but it's not horrible either.
And it fits Star Wars at least.
It's very, yes, it does fit Star Wars. Oh, we're on a mission to find things. Like, she's like telling him lies just so he keeps doing it. Yeah. And the robot's like, is this it? Is this it? And he keeps grabbing like random things. But she just wants to know more about him.
And then he grabs the droid head, like, oh.
He just sees that picture of all of them.
Like, I love all the one guy's on one knee and the other guns and stuff. Because here's the thing. I know she feels a connection, but you don't want to go fight a war. You don't want to have people die.
Especially at this age, you're little.
But you have this vision of like, oh, we're brothers. We go out there.
Well, maybe that's why Hunter will have a different opinion about her. Because, like you said, with what happened with Dune, like you said, he was a young Jedi that was raised up in this war of like, we go and fight. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And it's like,
how happy Caleb was to go fight.
Yeah.
Because you're a young man, you're a young kid, you want to prove yourself, and
again, like her, she wants to prove herself. I'm one of you guys. I want to be part of the Bad Batch.
She gets caught, and she tries to we just got lost, because she is part of the staff there.
Yeah. She's
part of like the facility, and the robot tries to protect her. No, you're not taking her anywhere. She's the medical assistant, and they just shoot him.
Yeah.
Then grab her. I'm like, oh damn.
That's his empire, baby.
Yeah, but the thing is, he can always come back, which is so
funny. Oh yeah, he's just a
droid.
So they head back, and like I said, it's like a damn ghost town in there. And the whole plan's like, okay, we're gonna split up, we're gonna find her, then come back. They get down, they start to separate, they all get captured because boom, there's a bunch of troopers there, and they all get thrown in like the brig.
Yeah, because they were watching them.
Yeah, the whole time.
Oh yeah, there was a little droid that was watching them.
And then Tarkin's like, you didn't follow the missions, you didn't follow orders, you're all being
you're talking with the Separatists.
And he's like, those were regular fighters. There's humans.
I'm not gonna do that.
There was women and children in there. Those people pose no threat. But no, whatever. You guys are getting thrown in the freaking brig. So they get stripped of all their armor and their weapons, and Echo's in there too. You think they would have separated all of them?
I know they wouldn't have put Echo in there.
But she's like, "Oh, hi guys," and then she's like, "I told you not to come back." But he's like, "I'm not gonna leave you behind." Oh, you came back for me.
And the tech guy's like, "Well, there's our mission. There she is. I've been right for us."
So then we get that whole like they accept her into the group and everything, but of course Crosshair's like, no, freaking A, if we would have just done the mission.
Why are we listening to this girl? Who cares what she has to say?
Same, yeah.
But man, they've been butting heads this whole entire time.
I know, I thought they were going to fight in the
But
brig.
this is another thing where I think she has empathic abilities. She goes up to Crosshairs and she's like, you're angry. Oh, that's, how astute of you.
Yeah.
But she's like, I know you can't help it. Things are going to happen. I'm asking you, please, fight it. Try your best. Try not to do it. Then I'm like, what the hell?
She almost like you said, empath, or almost futuristic, almost like
a Jedi, having Jedi visions.
Yeah, visions.
So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm thinking she might have some type of force midichlorian or the clone that somehow had something like that.
Maybe it did, because think about it. They made like a million clones. I mean, maybe not a million, but made a lot of clones. Maybe one of them did have it.
And remember, in the Mandalorian, they were trying to do that too. Make midichlorian soldiers.
And like you said, since they switched to the Empire, they're not going to tell the Empire, oh, by the way, we made a force-sensitive
Oh, no, of course not.
Clone.
Maybe they would have, but then after all this, they're like, yeah, we're not going to give you that ability.
No.
So they come, take Crosshairs. And they take him away from the group. They try to stop him, but they don't have any weapons. So they're going to... His inhibitor chip still works a little bit.
A little bit.
So, and then Tarkin's like, can we enhance it? So they're going to make him into
They did full blown, yeah.
So he goes to the thing and zaps his brain and he gets it. I'm like, oh man, but I wonder if he's going to be able to fight it.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, so he gets zapped with that, and, we get back to the Bad Batch, and this whole time, Omega just keeps copying Hunter. Like, every time he, moves, he, does, the same moves. Oh, it's so cute. It's borderline silly. Yeah. And I don't like the silly so much. It's so close to me being like, I hate it.
See, Grogu was so innocent. It came off as endearing, but when she does it, she's not that innocent.
But also, he's not, Grogu's not copying Mando. No. He's not like, oh, I hold a gun. I want to hold a gun.
Yeah, there's a different level, yeah.
Yeah, it's a different level, yeah.
So, I do like the fact that Tech is like, hey, this place was never built for this type of stuff.
It's not a prison.
This is pre-Empire.
Yeah. He's like, so there's probably a way to break out of this place. And since, Wrecker, you're stronger than everybody, there's no way they built this thing to stop you. But he's like, yeah. He's getting all loud. They're like, shut the hell up, you idiot. But he's like, yeah. He does
he just can't help himself. He has to be happy about
it's like, hey, there's
destroying
a weak point here. If you hit it, maybe we could be able to kind of get out of one of these panels. Then we get kind of the silly, like, oh, we'll kind of cover it up. And like, when he hits it, like, do like a cough, like, like try to cover it up. It's so close to being too silly.
Yeah.
It is so close.
But the Star Troopers are kind of stupid, so they're just going to
he's able to make a little bit of a dent. And of course, Omega can fit. She gets in there. And then, like, they're trying to cover it up, freaking Shawshank style, kind of like standing in front of it. The troopers walk up, hey, where's the girl? Well, what do you mean? You should tell us. You're the ones who are taking people away. So they're playing dumb. They're scanning, and they're like, it says she's still in the hold because she's just right above it. Uh-huh. And, Wrecker's like, I don't see nothing. And, of course, he's kind of, like, trying to block that hole.
But he's so stupid. Yeah, they said these reinforcements couldn't be able to hold me. Wrecker, shut up. You're giving away how we got her out.
He's like...
And they're looking at him like, oh, God, Wrecker, shut the hell up.
And then he's, like, leaning on it. They're like, why are you leaning? Stand up. And he's like, no.
Why don't you make me? Open these damn doors and do it. But then Omega falls to the thing, knocks him out, and opens up the door, so they're able to get out and escape. So it's nice that she's doing things.
But she saw it was starting to get loose, so she figured maybe this will fall on them, and that's what she was thinking.
Thank God that grate was wide enough.
I know, to hit all three.
Yeah, just kind of hit them all, but they're like, hey, we need to get our equipment back. And then, like, when Hunter's running up and he's doing, like, the sign that's, like, slow down and stop, and she's, like, doing it too.
Okay,
I didn't even notice
cute.
that.
It's cute.
See, like, she's doing the hand signals too, like the whole stop.
Okay, she kind of already leaving BB-8 territory and starting to get annoying territory. BB-8 was just right there too.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just. But she's like, hey, they took all your stuff to the hangar. Maybe it's there. Okay, cool. They're gonna make their way to the hangar. They get there, and this whole last scene reminded me of the last scene in Mandalorian. Remember with all the cargo and
she told me you have to go get your stuff. It's in the cargo hold. They moved it there. That's what Omega tells them.
So they're all suiting up and everything, and Wrecker, where's it at? And she found that little like stuffed bunny thing.
And then it's so sad because Hunter's like, okay, we're going after.
We gotta get Crosshairs now.
Gotta get him.
That's when the doors open up and we see Crosshairs with a whole bunch of troopers with them.
Yep, and he's all black now. He doesn't have any of like his Bad Batch stuff.
So they all suit up and they're like ready for a firefight. It would be best if you just give up. And Hunter walks out there and he's like, like talk to me like a man. So he just goes out there and they have their whole thing like, what are you doing, Crosshairs? You lost your damn mind? This is us.
Yeah,
this is our crew. We're a group.
And all these you have to follow orders. They go, you never always followed orders. What are you talking about?
So that's what I'm saying. There's got to be some history there. Like I want to see that because he's like, yeah, you're the probably number one that never followed rules.
Yeah, by you saying this, I know something's wrong.
Yeah.
But they kind of give themselves that stare down where it's like, well, is that an order? Because he's always like, oh, I guess it is. It's like, well, I'm disregarding that order then. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna shoot us? Then, you get that long desperado stare down. Pulls out his gun. Then we got a firefight. He's freaking willing to kill his old team.
His own team.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
And even before that, he told the Hunter told Tech get their freaking shit.
Yeah, get it going.
Get it going.
We have to get the hell out of here. But we got a firefight going on. But here's the thing. Crosshairs is a sniper. Mm-hmm. You pop your head out, he's gonna get you.
And also, the one person that would know you the best, the guy that's been there the whole time.
Yeah,
he
knows Hunter's tactics.
Yep, knows everything what he's gonna do.
Yeah,
they throw some smoke grenades out there, and since he has heat vision, he's able to see through. And he tags freaking Wrecker. Boom! He gets hit again. He got hit in the freaking training. He got hit in kind of the same shoulder too.
And then try to say, no, they're using him as bait. Don't get out there
because she poked her head out. And
yeah, it was quick. Like he had to grab her fast.
Because that's what you do. I'll wound him. He'll be crying for help, and you're gonna want to go out there and help him. He'll get you too.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to stay behind. But they're like, okay, we have to get into the ship. He's like, hey, Wrecker, clear the smoke, and when that smoke clears, that's when we're gonna make a run for it. You run for the ship. So they're kind of like. He doesn't want to kill Crosshairs.
No, he doesn't.
Like, he doesn't want to shoot him.
But at the point, he's going to have to.
I think he's going to have to kill his ass. Yeah. Do you think he breaks his programming?
I think so, maybe at, the very end. But then he dies for it. I hope that.
So he does, he gets the two of the, panels. He's able to, push the smoke away.
That's what the did,
then he knocks out two of the dudes, throws another thing at him. He gets him down, gets Crosshairs to have to move because he's throwing that thing at him. And they're trying to make it into there. I'm like... There's only one way in then. So he just has his Crosshairs right on the door. As soon as you guys pop out, I'm going to shoot you. He's going to get him, but then we see Omega picks up a blaster, gets his gun.
It shoots him right, where his,
knocks his gun away. And then, damn, the clone people are like not necessarily hacking the system, keeping the doors from shutting.
Yeah.
So they can escape.
Well, yeah, because I think I think she also cares about Omega.
Yeah,
too.
I just want to make it that. But she's been with her a long time too.
Yeah.
So they're able to get into the ship, and come on, let's get out of here. So they take off. So I'm like, what are they gonna do? Now they got Crosshairs is gonna be on their ass.
Yeah. And she even used another blaster to shoot him away for a minute.
Yeah, she kept shooting.
She kept the cover fire.
Yeah. Then once they see that they got away, she kind of just walks away. The alien lady, and then she's talking to their prime minister. They're like, what are we doing? She's like, Omega got away with the defective clones, and the other guy's like, until we know what the Empire is really doing,
we won't say anything.
We're not going to say to Jack.
Yeah,
Jack diddly crap about them getting away.
Because I think they made a force sensitive clone either by accident or on purpose, and now they're like, we don't want the Empire getting this.
Oh no.
So they got away, and of course, she pops like, hey, is this what you're looking for? And these little, yeah, you found my little guy.
And they're like all sticking him with stuff, and like, you need to heal, like we need to get.
It's like, what are you putting in me? Don't worry about it. It's gonna fix your shoulders. Like, ah. So I do like how she walks out and she's looking out at outer space because she's never even been off planet. And Hunter's like, this first time in space is my first time anywhere. He's like, hey, who taught you how to handle a blaster like that? She's like, I don't know. I've never even touched a blaster before. So she must be like the perfect defect. I'm thinking she must be like the culmination of all of them.
Yeah, so she has shooting ability, can have great awareness.
She probably knows tech stuff. She knows medical stuff because she was trained medical.
And also strength.
But maybe she'd be able to access like super strength or something. I bet you she's like a Deadpool. Like she's the mixture of all of these great people into one. And maybe has some type of force power. Because she's able to have sense about things.
But so far she's unsure of herself, which I like. She's not like, oh, I'm the best thing on this and sliced bread. Don't do that.
Yeah, but she, like you said, she does again, she can feel people's emotions, sense it, and also kind of predict the future, kind of like a Jedi, kind of like a vision.
Yeah, you get that.
At least force sensitive, at least.
Or just ability to have feelings and like those that gut feeling you get, but she gets it more intense. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, Hunter, where are we going? Oh, I know, we need to find some friends. Oh, that's a real short list. Put a clock for the J10. Oh. Then they kind of talk about it like that. Oh, what happened here? And I guess that's Grievous was on that planet before.
I think it was J19, right?
J19. J19. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, we're headed to J19. Like, come on, so you're not going to want to miss this. Because then they go in they jump in the hyperspace.
And so her eyes are like...
And even a little bit before, the Hunter said, you know what? If it was just this regular stormtroopers, we could just lay low. But since Crosshair's after us... He knows us. We're going to have to fight.
Yeah, this isn't just we can go live our lives somewhere. No, we're going to be hunted down.
And I have a sad feeling they're all going to die.
They have to.
They have to.
That's sad.
I know. That's going to suck.
Because I think I'm liking these guys already,
Yeah.
But so let's end the first episode. Again, it was 80 minutes. So it was like 78 minutes long. Super long episode. Long. Hopefully the rest of the episodes aren't as long just because our reviews are over an hour long.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
We're going to have to find all these screenshots. It just takes me forever to get it together. Oh, yeah. But pretty
the heavy lifting on that one.
Pretty good first episode.
Yeah, I like it.
Again, like I said, it gets a little silly at times. I'm about 70-40 on Omega. 70 like, 40 don't like. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, and also I know they add the silliness because some of the stuff that's happening is real serious and like dour. But like you said, hopefully they do the right balance. I need the balance.
Yeah, don't go the silly route. Like, don't do more of that. We don't need more of that.
I'm glad the robot didn't go with her. Because the robot was kind of silly.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad he...
Well, he met his demise, at least for now, for the time being.
He got that little circle blast. And
it's funny. It's funny. You never hardly see that blast, and now you're seeing it all the time.
All the time now, yeah.
Because I was like, I think that was in Star Wars, I think.
Yeah, it was,
Princess Leia.
They used that Princess Leia.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Those little circles. But that wraps the first episode. Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Not bad. I liked it.
Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.